guys, what's going on? It's Christina from Disrupt Ordinary and the Finally Visible Academy. And today I want to talk to you about what type of support you should be expecting from your friends and your family when you're starting a business, okay? So a lot of times I go into these Facebook groups or different things of mine, and I see people asking questions about what type of support they should expect. So should they expect, their family members to be completely on board with it? Should they be discouraged if they're not completely on board with it? What exactly should they expect? What's right, what's wrong, and what do they need to know, right? So naturally, we all have different kinds of people in our life, right? I am very fortunate. My family was very supportive of me when I started my small business. My fiance has been incredibly supportive of me and basically, lets me do whatever I dream of that I want to do, right? But sometimes people have people in their life that maybe aren't like that. So I just want to give you some general do's and don'ts when it comes to setting your expectations, all right? So let's get into it. So number one, do expect them to support you and congratulate you, but don't expect them to cuddle you, okay? So a lot of times what happens is that when we first start our small business, right out of the gate, within the first couple of weeks or month or maybe a couple of months, we get a lot of inquiries about it, right? We have all sorts of family and friends saying, oh my goodness, congratulations, I can't believe you did this, I'm so proud of you, so on and so forth. But over time, that kind of dies down a little bit, right? So I'm at a point where I've had my business for almost 3 years now. People still ask me, how's work going? How are you doing? What's going on? But it's a lot different than it was when I originally started up, right? So don't expect that type of enthusiasm about your business forever, right? Because you have to realize that while this may be incredibly important to you, and it's something that you invest a lot of your time in, people still have their own time, right? People still have their own lives. They're focusing on what matters to them, and they're happy for you, but they can't constantly be super involved in what it is that you're doing. So expect support, congratulations, but don't get too invested if it starts to taper down after a while, okay? Now, let's go to number two. So number two is, do expect them to be there for you when you need to vent or to cry, right? But don't expect them to make exceptions for you. So owning a small business is hard, right? And as entrepreneurs, sometimes it can feel very lonely because people around us don't really understand what it is that we're going through. They don't understand why we're so passionate about it, why we work, 80-hour weeks, why we need it to work so badly. And especially if you're in the starting phases where you haven't made any income yet or you don't have any clients yet, and you're still kind of trying to prove yourself, oftentimes, you'll find that it's difficult. Sometimes you want to cry, sometimes you need to talk about it, sometimes you want to just give up, right? And you need a shoulder to cry on. And that's what your friends and family are there for. They are there to be with you, to talk to you, to help you get through this, and to help you manage it all. But they shouldn't be making exceptions for you. So just because you're a small business owner doesn't mean that the rest of your life doesn't exist, right? So yes, sometimes we need to take a step back, focus on ourselves, focus on our goals. But if you have people that are important in your life, you also need to be there for them, regardless of how busy or how into your business you are, right? So just because you're a small business owner doesn't mean that on the weekends when your friend is having a party or a celebration, or when your friend needs someone to vent or to cry to, that you don't show up, right? You still need to be there for them. They can't be constantly saying, well, she couldn't show up today because she owns a small business. Well, she couldn't do this because she owns a small business. Well, she couldn't help me move because she's always too busy, right? You can't let it get to that point where they have to start making exceptions for you, because then you're not giving back what they're giving to you, right? You need to make it a mutual communication and a mutual relationship where you both feel satisfied and where you can go and you can cry, you can laugh, you can talk with them, and they can do the same with you, all right? And now let's talk about the last do's and don'ts, guys. So the last one is, do expect them to like your pages, come to your events, and support you, but don't expect them to purchase from you. So this is a really, really big one that I see in Facebook groups all the time, is somebody starts a new business. Maybe it's like a makeup line, or they sell Tupperware, or they sell new clothing, or whatever it is. And going into it, they expect that their friends and family are going to be what get them started, right? So they expect that off the gate, people are going to want to purchase. Their mom, their cousins, their friends are all gonna say, give me your website, let me buy something from you. When in reality, it doesn't work like that, right? Maybe somebody really doesn't need what you're selling. Maybe somebody doesn't like what you're selling, or maybe they don't have the money for what you're selling, right? And even if they do have the money, they do like it, they could use it, they have no obligation to you to purchase from you. And that's something you really need to think about when you're starting a business. You need to have a plan in place in order to attract other people that you don't know, that you've never met before, that truly align with what you're selling and want to purchase from you. So you can't be relying on your friends and family to do that for you to get started, or you're likely gonna harm your relationships and be disappointed overall, all right? So that's something that I found when working in the financial services industry that I thought was just incredibly incorrect, was a lot of times these new advisors would come in and they work on a commission basis. And what would happen is they would tell them, okay, go and reach out to your natural market, which is your circle of family and friends and people that you know, right? And people got so incredibly uncomfortable about it, right? Imagine going to your mom or your aunt or your grandma and saying, I think you need life insurance, like let me sign you up. Because then it puts those people in your life in a very uncomfortable situation. Maybe they don't need life insurance, maybe they're not interested in that at this time, and they don't want to be sold to, but they don't want to let you down either, okay? So that's a very big thing to consider. Don't expect that from people. Expect them to like your pages, do the simple things, show up to a free event, different things like that, but don't expect them to make those purchases from you. All right, guys? So that is it. I just wanted to give you a good overview of what you should and shouldn't be expecting from your friends and family. But overall, you really just need to think about, if you're starting a business, you're starting this because you can do it, because you want to do it from scratch and it's about you. So focus on you, focus on yourself, don't expect too much from them, and make sure that you keep your relationships healthy and stable throughout it all. All right, guys? Thanks so much for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. And if you would subscribe to this channel, you can see more videos as well in the future. All right, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.